Jai Hare Krishna. I don't know if Alexia is a Vrindavaneshwari. Jai, welcome. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And only you and I can hear because Seva Rupadiri is connecting to the internet.
Yes, they don't have microphone. And someone from Brazil also connected, but just camera. Maybe it's internet issue. I'm not sure. Her name is Alexia, and I thought it was Vrindavaneshwari, but when they opened the camera, I saw the face, but I couldn't recognize, and then she got cut off.
But please do let in any Brazilians. We've just been there, and so as you...
Yes, I did. It's just that I didn't know who she was.
Yes. Jayadev Prabhu. I thought I was on the wrong time zone for a short while there. Good morning, Seva Rupadiri Virasi.
Yes, now she's complete connected.
And maybe I won't say good morning to Kyla because I think she's sleeping.
No, she's coming. She's coming, Maharaj.
Oh, very sweet. Early morning.
Yes.
Priyanana Devidasi and Jayadev Prabhu. Yesterday, Chintamani Devidasi was with us. Today we have Jayadev. Chintamani was with us at the London Zoom. Hare Krishna and Sevarupa was with us at the London Zoom. You weren't? Oh, you weren't? No.
I was told that we were not going to have London Zoom.
Oh, it wasn't London Zoom. It was Italy Zoom.
Okay. I thought I mixed up things.
Okay, that's a little reminder. I have had a shower, but I haven't woken up fully. Either it's late or it's early, isn't it? There's no middle path, except in Florida. Just see. Oh, no, it's not. Florida is also late. 9 p.m. or something.
10.
10, yeah, a little late. Hare Krishna. Oh, and Leela Shakti has joined us from Brazil. Welcome. I think yesterday you were at work in the Italian Zoom. And now you're probably late at night with little Bella sleeping. So we may be.
Jai, Kayla.
Hi, Kaila. Govinda, Govinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All right. Anyway, we are we're 4 minutes in, and we're coming together bit by bit. And Eli is here. And that may even be his camera that is on, because it is night here. He's in the men's, the Brahmachari ashram, the men's dormitory. So that may well be the camera on. All right, and Gangalila Devidasi, welcome. Dana K, welcome. And I think we mentioned the others who are with us here on on Zoom, and I do have the opportunity to be on Facebook. So this week, we can try to see what's happening. So on Facebook, looks quiet, but I can't always see everyone who's on Facebook, it's true.
It's still not active.
All right, so dear devotees, we've come together. Let us do our mini Vandanam as we often do. And we've been happy to do the full Vandanam again and again recently, including here the full Vandanam. Hare Krishna, Jayadev Prabhu. My connection is very bad. Happy to be here. And Dana K. Hare Krishna and her offering of flowers and hearts and leaves, fruits, flowers, water, and incense, coming humble.
And peacock feathers.
And peacock feathers. Ah, you can see some things I can't see, actually, because I've got some question marks. I don't have any peacock feathers. I have a question mark where the peacock feather presumably is. All right. So, dear devotees, Vandeham, let us continue gently. Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yuttapada Kamalam, Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha, Shri Rupam Sagrajatam, Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tang Sajivam, Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha. My autopilot may not have worked there. I think I caught myself saying something wrong. Anyhow, Om Jnana Timarandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvijay Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Right, dear devotees, Govinda, Govinda, dear devotees, welcome one and all. And Alexia, good to have you with us, a sincere seeker from Brazil. We met her just a few hours ago, practically, a few days ago.
Thank you.
You're very quiet because it's late at night.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Alexia. Okay,
Hey.
there we are. Now we can see you. All right.
Hey.
Yes. Remembering you happily with good wishes, I hope that you can all keep up your devotional energy and keep your devotional energy always running, whether you are in the temple environment or not. So good to see you. Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda. And Eli, if you wish, I am here. You can just come in, because Eli is upstairs. He's in the, oh no, he's not. He's next door. There's the fireplace. Okay, I'm right next door. Just open the doors and come on in. And maybe bring it, or we have a chair here, or bring a chair with you as you come. There. Okay. Eli is with us, and he's come from Sweet Lake City. Someone should tell Google about the change of names. He's come from Sweet Lake City, and he's been here, I think, about a week while we've been in Brazil, and the devotees are very happy with him, his mood of service. And when he doesn't have something specifically given to do, he looks for something to do and does it. All right, here he is coming into Srila Gurudev's room with a chair. All right, Sundari, yes, not Sundari, Sudevi Devirasi. In the winter in Australia, don't everyone think that Australia is all hot all the year round. It's not. And Jai Gauranga Prabhu also winter in Australia. Just see. So we were just in winter in Brazil and did get to see some clear sky, clear star-filled skies on our last 2 or 3 days. Okay, Eli, please come forward and come into the picture. And actually, let's remove this one. All right, so dear devotees, can we begin by asking if there are any questions? Maybe you can sit nearer to me this side. Can't move the camera very far, but we can move. Any questions from anyone? And Praneshwari, she probably has a record of any other leftover items.
We don't have any question pending, but here Jai Gauranga and Sudevi are just like eager to say something.
All right. And the sun rises in the east, and when the first the first place it hits in Australia is the top of Mount Warning. And Mount Warning is a mountain just behind Sri Govinda Dham. So a message from the east. Who is going to begin? Jai Gauranga Prabhu, you're on the spot. Please bring a devotional message from the far east of Australia.
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat to the devotees. A devotional message?
Well, no other kind of message, kindly.
Okay. I'm not sure what to say, Maharaj. I'm not very good at
Okay,
talking.
a question for you then. What book are you reading from right now in the morning?
At the moment in the morning, we're reading, we're just about to finish The Golden Staircase by Srila Guru Maharaj and Chaitanya Charitamrita. We're reading chapter 9 of Madhya Lila. So Mahaprabhu's going through South India to different temples, seeing different deities.
All right. And can you say anything you read? You're already in the afternoon. Can you remember anything you read this morning from the Golden Staircase?
You know, Maharaj, it's quite funny actually. I was reading this morning and I was thinking I should be remembering this because it's going to come up later, and it's gone.
All right.
No, I not off the top of my head, Maharaj, but I can. It was nice. What it was, I remember it was very nice what Guru Maharaj was saying. That's all.
Okay, well, that's very good. And we understand. Sudevi, were you in the, now, okay, sorry about this. Were you in the morning program this morning? Did you hear the Golden Staircase?
Dandavat pronouns Maharaj and devotees. No, I wasn't. I'm not at the temple on Thursday morning, so unfortunately I missed out on the reading.
Okay, all right. Hare Krishna. I do have the Golden Staircase open, as it turns out. And oh, it's about difficulties. Oh, well, the part is, my book is open at, it's about difficulties.
That was what we were.
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, hear that along with the main creeper of devotion, there are also many weeds. And when the creeper receives watering and nourishing, those weeds also grow up as well. Labha means gain, the apparent gain of something, mainly position, which I saw Guru Maharaj just quoted a verse. Okay. But that position and puja, appreciation, which the sadhaka receives, may then create so many other enemies within him. Okay, now I get the picture. From the previous tendencies, new enemies come. Maybe the desire for accumulating money for self-interested purposes, or the desire to get the love of women. And then there is hankering for pratishtha, fame and popularity. So many things may come. When one is, in inverted commas, going up, so many difficulties come on the way to check him. But we must consciously shun those things. So we must consciously shun those things. So many difficulties come on the way, and we must save ourselves from all of the many internal enemies to our aspiration with the help of Guru, Sadhu, Scripture, and our own sincerity. Then gradually we shall grow. And at each new stage that we advance to, there also we shall find some other difficulty. So the path of inner evolution is not strewn with roses. It is a difficult path to walk. Oh dear. As Gurudev said about some of the challenges devotees face. We may not say this in the first talk about Krishna consciousness. We want to give a nice path filled with roses, don't we, Eli? Okay, good enough. And then just like 3 more sentences, and then I see if there's a breakup. As we get nearer to the goal, we become more and more free. But in the beginning, various difficulties do come to check us. Our previous karma follow, the fruits of our previous actions, will return to be tasted by us. And tendencies of different types will chase us to try to keep us within their jurisdiction. But upon meeting those difficulties and surpassing them, conquering them, we shall progress higher and higher, and the difficulties will lessen, become less. Still, something may remain, especially pratishtha. Now, Srila Guru Maharaj quotes a verse, but we'll leave it here just after quoting the verse. The verse is, Chinadapi sunichina paroriva sahishnana amanina manadina kirtaniya sada hari. Hare Krishna. So thank you for bringing our attention to the golden staircase. Yes, I see a hand going up.
Maharaj, that was the chapter we were reading this morning.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes.
The last one, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we are. So if we're facing difficulties, we must understand what Srila Guru Maharaj said just then. We need to surpass them. And yes, Sudevi, Devi Rasi, please.
I just had a question on how to do this in a healthy way, like without creating like a negative internal emotional state around the parts of consciousness within ourselves that aren't necessarily healthy. You know, these things that are arising that may be, you know, bad habits or bad anatas, and how to, like, you know, Guru Maharaj is saying we shun them, but how to do that in a healthy way without creating an internal state of low self-worth and unhealthy lamentation that causes maybe a lack of enthusiasm within the path?
It's an interesting question, and this idea of low self-worth, etc., I never came across when we were in India and talking about various things. Somehow, this is something in the West where we're told, believe in yourself and be confident and defeat others in some way. All this competition that, oh yes, I will succeed, and positive thinking. But we use our positive thinking for our determination to reach Krishna consciousness. And it's low self-worth, worth of oneself, feeling oneself low when we rely on Guru and Gauranga in devotional spirit. It is healthy. And to think that I can do anything, it is unhealthy. But we have to rely on the grace of the Vaishnavas and Guru and Gauranga. Guru Vaishnava is where Srila Guru Marga Gita says about Guru Vaishnava, the Guru and the Vaishnavas, and our determination, our self-worth is, we've come to Guru, we've come to Gauranga, the Gauranga's path, after so many lives. And so now, appreciating that, then our confidence will be, I must succeed, but this is not in the exploiting point of view. But now we've got our ideal, we've got our goal, and Srila Guru Maharaj, somewhere, if it's recorded in the books, I'm not fully sure, but we've certainly been with Srila Guru Maharaj, where he's saying that in the class, when you go to college or university, then in the first year, you've got so many who start the course, then so many drop out, halfway through the first year, at the end of the first year with the exams, and more drop out. Then in the second year, some don't make it through, step by step like that. And Srila Guru Maharaj said, it is natural that with that progress, that devotees, that the students will fall aside who don't make the grade. But Guru Maharaj said, but we must be determined that if only one student will go through to the next level, that must be me. I'm going to be successful there. But that isn't that I myself am so powerful, I'm going to defeat all the other students. We want everyone to pass through. But I myself must do what has been given as our guidance, rely on Guru Vaishnava, but not that we don't do anything in return, with our sincerity. And I think we read that word sincerity too, just now from Guru Maharaj. I read this morning. It was just now, wasn't it? With our sincerity, we will continue. So to be sincere is to be safe. But this is different from the ego of the material world, where we are being trained how to defeat others, get promotion, and get more money, exploit better. That I have done this, I have done that, I am the doer. Not that kind of self-esteem, but the determination and knowing ourselves to be fallen. When we look at the universe, we just at the very beginning mentioned a little bit in Australia, at least Mount Warning. I don't remember. Oh yes, I do remember seeing the stars there. Yes, we saw the Shapta Rishi, the 7 rishis in Govinda Dham. The devotees pointed out some constellation there in the southern hemisphere. Maybe Sudevi, you can say what that is. that you only see in the southern hemisphere. And it's told it's the seven rishis taken the form of the stars in this constellation in the sky. But when you look at the sky and you see all the stars, it makes us understand that we are not great, wonderful people with a Ferrari, 2 Ferraris and 3 Rolls Royces in the garage. And we are very important. We are tiny. We are subject to birth, death, old age, and disease in this world. And we need to uncover our proper ego, the proper ego of being das anudas anadas, servant of the servant of the servant. And low self-esteem. Really, this never came up in all my time in India. But this is something in the West, with all the advertising too. I just came through airports and all the advertising right in your face, trying to tell you that you are successful, you are who you are. This was to make a statement, this watch. You know, hardly we even know that watches still exist in our age of computers and mobile phones. And there you get a watch like for $5,000 to tell the time, but will make you feel like a man. And I'm sure they had equivalent ones to make you feel like a woman. But we are happy to take the other path, which is no. We have no place in this world but our aspirations for the upper world. And then that has some value within those who know what is valued. A man or a person is known by their ideal. So our ideal is very high. And that's been given to us by Mahaprabhu and the Vaishnavas. And that we should try to strive for. But the self-esteem part, it's interesting. It's what we have to think about that. But everything, all these advertisements, trying to jump out into our face. Yes, Sue Devi, please do give me feedback. Whether this even answered your question, you can tell me. You can let me know.
Thank you, Maharaj. I think what I mean of, I guess, using the word self-esteem in the context that I was talking about is people, like what I've seen is people taking their, what am I trying to say here? Like the teachings and then based off their own, can't get my words out. Maybe I should speak from my own experience then. Like people taking their own, like the teachings and putting like their own limiting conceptions based on what they think. Hang on, I'm really messing this up here. I'm sorry. I just
Concoctions.
because I mean, what am I trying? Let me think about it, Maharaj, and I will write something down because I'm not getting out what I'm trying to say. But thank you.
Okay. And in the meantime, you can let us know, where are you sitting? What are those things hanging behind you? They look like birds' nests.
I thought you were going to ask me that. I am sitting in a cafe in the hills about 45 minutes south of Yukai. And I think they're possibly they're gourds, which is like some sort of vegetable, I believe. And then they're dried and you can make paintings and pots and things out of them. I've seen like they grow in like really different shapes. Sometimes they're really big at the bottom and yeah.
Okay, got it. So they're not birds' nests, right? Because there are some nests that hang down and the bird goes, like flies in, but they're not. Now, yes, now you mention that, I understand. They're kind of a vegetable, which is an interesting backdrop. Okay.
I guess what I was thinking about before is when people take like an people are in an unhealthy state of consciousness, and that's inhibiting them from like engaging in service because they think they're, because they think they're a shit person, or because they think they've that, yeah, I don't know, this like negative self talk and negative self view that's not necessarily in line with Krishna is the controller, I'm not the doer, but just it's actually in association with the ego, and it's coming from an egocentric point of view that's actually like almost like, yeah, putting like a shade or like a block on progression in the path, because it's decreasing the enthusiasm or the one's, yeah, desire to actually want to engage. That's sort of maybe more where I was coming from.
Well, I can say that what will help us for sure will be to regularly read the books of Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada. Because whatever our thinking, and we may think, oh no, I'm a clear thinking person, I'm not thinking like that. But we have some idea or some experience, even you can say, over the years, we do think differently. And as we regularly get nourished by the guidance of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev, then, we understand what I thought when I was like 5 years in Krishna consciousness is different than 10, is different than 15, different than 20, just like when we're growing up as humans. What we thought when we were 5 years old, we definitely thought of it differently when we were 15 years old from our, in our life. And when we're 25, then we think differently than when we're 15. So if we get nourishment of how we should be seeing the world and what we should be doing, and do it, not only hear about it, but try to put into practice, then gradually our consciousness is guided by the consciousness of Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. In other words, guided by the consciousness of those outstanding, clear thinking of what is healthy, what is right, what is wrong. So wherever our feelings, either feeling I'm a great person, or this low esteem thing, thinking, oh, I'm useless, I can't do this Krishna consciousness, I'm not going to keep trying, something like that, whatever it may be, then we will get nourishment if we can give ourselves like proper food for the heart, which is the words, the teachings of Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada. And that includes, of course, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Gita, etc., coming through their pen. So this will be my kind of feedback there. And we know we need that. And if we don't get that regularly, then we find we can look at ourselves. We have to have some self-analysis. If we don't get that, then we find that, yes, we are very much more affected by the material world and what people think and say, all these things. And we have to try to follow nicely the guidance. And everything is about consciousness. There's not one word that's come from Gurudev Guru Maharaj really about how to be healthy body and have better flow of the prana and life air through the nervous system and things like that. It's quite different class. I mean, a different class means a different subject matter. It's all about consciousness. The whole of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And what about consciousness? It's about beauty, love, sweetness, and charm. That surely can wake up the most down and out alcoholic or drug addict. The words of Guru Maharaj can draw us up really from the lowest place, give us so much thing. And we are all addicts. We're addicts of the material world. So we need the material, they call Alcoholics Anonymous, right? So we need the Maya Anonymous. Yeah, no, anonymous Maya. The Maya Anonymous, and get ourselves cured So this recipe is coming to us. And to all the devotees on Facebook, we've got a little stream of devotees with messages, and I do see the ones with messages. So if you like me to know that you're there, send a message. So Vatunga Rasa, Madhava Prabhu, Priya Bhakta Prabhu. Yes, we've got your question lined up for Friday, Priya Bhakta Prabhu. And he's living in hope of the affectionate mercy of the Vaishnavas. Okay. And Nadia Priya, this is Nadia Priya is with us from Govindaland. And by the way, Achintya Krishna Prabhu is with us here in person from Govindaland. And Krishna has given him one of the few men who've been able to come out from Ukraine. And he's been able to get the official papers to come out from Ukraine. And so he's here with us, and we're very happy to have him with us in the safety of Vila Govinda Ashram. And Shripad Vaikanash Maharaj, I'm returning your obeisances, and he's sending his Dandavat pranams to one and all. And Ivo with a Gauranga. Oh, I worship you.
I worship you.
Not Ivo, I don't have my specs on. Madhu Krishna, Madhu Krishna. Prabhu. We are reading from Sri Sri Prabhupada Jivanamritam, the words of the devotees, teaching us about surrender. Yeah, the words of the devotees and the words of our Lord. So many gems, nicely polished for our inner fascination. Yes, Madhu Krishna Prabhu. And Madhu Krishna was also a devotee who catches many things, and like in a reading this point, and we appreciate that very much. And to Elena, that means Induleka.
Induleka.
And from
Veera Chandra.
And from Veera Chandru, yes, Veera Chandru. My Dandavat, our Dandavat. You are a unique soul in the world. I don't know whether that gives you ego or not. I don't know. But Veera Chandra, he's a special soul. He knows it. He knows there's no one else. Krishna didn't make another one like Veera Chandra. Special soul. Anyway, interestingly, Krishna didn't make another one like any of us. So another amazing thing about the wonder of Krishna, isn't it? He's given us personality, he's given us all this, but he's given us all this to reciprocate with him, to bring him joy, not to come for making ourselves into little gods and putting ourselves at the center. And this is back to putting ourselves in the proper position. And in the meantime, on Zoom also, Narayani Nadia and David Asi joined us, Narayani in the woods of California, and Suresh Krishna Prabhu in the countryside of Resegni. And I saw briefly
Prafula Krishna is here, but he got disconnected again.
He seems
to
be.
No, he's here. He's here. He's here.
And Prafula Krishna, many thanks for the message this morning or our morning, and all the devotees. And here is a witness. Eli can say the devotees are all saying, "How fashionable are my indoor shoes?" So these are the ones that you sent. Very fashionable. So.
Jai Maharaj.
Anyway, Prafula, wonderful days, wonderful association with you and the devotees, and an example of with association, it's all mutual nourishment for each other. And the importance of association is being given everywhere by Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. Practically the first answer to most of the questions of the difficulties of devotees is sadhu sangha, keep in good association. So in Brazil, we had good association, really, of special devotees. We can say hidden devotees. Devotees maybe not famous in the world, but devotees going on and famous in the upper world, that, oh, in Kali Yuga, outside India, there are these devotees who worship Nitai and Gauranga, Radha and Krishna. That which Mahaprabhu predicted actually taking place around the world. Hare Krishna, and Jivana joined us also, and Olya is with us. Olya, I will try to get some news from Preeti Prabhu of what's happening and drop you a line about what is the update. And others have joined us. Suresh, oh, Narottam Nitai Prabhu. Narottam Nitai Prabhu in Detroit, or somewhere thereabouts, Dandavat, and Radha Sundari Devi Rasi in Mayapur. And if I missed anyone, please excuse me. And Jayadev Prabhu's here in person. He's got his camera on. He said he had a poor connection, but now seems to be a good connection. Would you like to make a contribution, Prabhu? No, okay.
Yes, we have to invite him because when Sudevi was asking, he was nodding. So I think he can give more nourishment also to Sudevi.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's nourishment, but more I could relate to the I suffer from low self-esteem, and I started to realize at a certain point that low self-esteem is just like she said, it's just ego getting in the way. It's not real humility. Real humility is there is no me, it's only Krishna. But low self-esteem is, oh, I'm the worst. Oh, I suck. Oh, I'm so horrible. So I was just relating. I had nothing to share. I was just relating. And also I'm just bringing this tiny van to Lassie to associate with better devotees than myself because she's been given to my care. So I'm bringing her to get bhakti from all of you because I cannot support her so well. But I know that this wonderful assembly of devotees can nourish her so much more than I can. But yeah, I was more nodding in agreement of that obstacle of low self-esteem. It's the opposite of humility. It's I'm the center, but I'm bad instead of Krishna's the center, or something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And we're happy to see Tulsi Devi there. And I think in your van, you're probably in your van. And so that's a reminder of the regular public bus that went from Navadip to Krishnanagar, Navadip, Krishnanagar, Navadip, Krishnanagar, just up and down the road there. Right in the front of the bus, the driver, beside the driver, in the middle portion, then he had Tulsi in a pot, the pot was in a holder, and a big Tulsi. And it was really like she was dancing up and down that road. And that road goes Koladeep to, it must touch part of Madhyadeep and then go to probably Godrumadeep and then passes through to Krishna Naga, the name of the capital of the local area. It's Krishna Naga, means Krishna's town, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur served. So
I've noticed that the heat of the windshield baking on her, see how she's still kind of tall? That means she would even like more heat. It's amazing how much sunlight she likes. She will, so yeah, she's been a windshield. And but what's wonderful is she gives me the opportunity of service because I don't want her to get too dry or too wet. And I'm constantly moving her to where the sun is. So she's the only Vaishnava that I get direct service from currently. And I'm really grateful for that.
Anyway, wonderful. Krishna has allowed her to come to you. And so now this service has come to you nicely. And Gaurangi Devi Rasi joined us also on the Facebook. So Gaurangi Devi, remembering you, appreciating all your good wishes and sentiment to the devotees. Hare Krishna. Now I have here Eli, and I've only been back a day and a bit, and we've hardly had a chance to talk yet, but he's quiet by nature. So now he's here. Now here is an opportunity for him to be unquiet. So I'm sure you've got some thoughts in your mind from things we've been saying. Eli has come from Salt Lake City, where we know it's one of our sister temples, where we feel very at home. And he's come from the Good Association in Salt Lake City, and he's come here to Vila Govinda and the Good Association of many devotees. Actually, I've returned here to a full ashram of devotees. Eli, a few words from you. Back to basic.
Well, as Maharaj said, many great examples here, but also in Salt Lake, you know, Nyasi Maharaj, Divya Shakti Didi, Shuleka Didi. There's, you know, I could continue on. And like Kishori and Suraj, anyways, many wonderful Brajamot. Anyways, there are wonderful examples to me, but it was nice to hear this recently with Jayadev Dasa, what he said about I am the center and I still suck, versus Krishna is the center, but I am very fallen. I think that those are very different, and those are nice because as devotees, you know, as hopeful Vaishnavas, we are trying to be in remembrance of service, but also we're forgetful and we get trapped in illusion. And so to be in constant remembrance that Krishna is the center and to try and stay as humble as we can is a nice meditation, but also not getting trapped in the concept of, like you were saying, Maharaj, about the advertisements going on everywhere and the pollution in the media. It's very easy to slip, and so it's always good to stay in the channel, the main channel of Guru and Guranga. I don't really have much to say, but that was something different.
Jai.
Wonderful words. Really.
Eli is 21 years old and he's got this opportunity. He's already in the working world and a student. He's in the working world. So he's got a couple of weeks, he's managed to get a couple of weeks holiday. And so what's he doing with his holiday? Coming to be with the devotees. He's not going to party on the beach or whatever it may be, but he's come to be here in Vila Govinda. So we appreciate that.
Happily here, happily serving the devotees.
Hare Krishna, Jai. And actually, Sudevi reminding me that in Australia, there is one lady, disciple of Trivikram Maharaj, and we're often being asked, how can we serve when we are in distant parts of the world? And that lady, you probably know her name, maybe Jai Gauranga Prabhu or yourself, Sudevi, you know, but she painted very nice backdrops for the deities in Brazil, in the Krishna Shakti Ashram or the Sri Chaitanya Sri Govinda Seva Ashram. And very nice backdrops she painted in Australia and sent from Australia to Trivikram Maharaj in Brazil. So it's also an example that we can use our talents, and if we're an artist, this is an example of how some seva can be done remotely, but very close at heart. And we are there and thinking, oh, from Australia, this backdrop came. And it absolutely fitted with the cloth that the deities were wearing. It's so perfect. So right there, someone has made the cloth and the backdrop to fit. And we're looking very beautiful. So that's an example. Do either of you remember the name of that devotee?
It's Tungavidya Maharaj.
Tungavidya in Australia. Okay, wonderful. Hare Krishna. All right.
One of the things.
Yes, please do.
This is small, but constant nourishment from Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Guru Dev is something that we all can benefit from. So constant sadhana and readings only benefit, whether it's through pages or whether it's through association in ashram.
Yes, and Madhu Krishna will thank you. He also confirming that it is Tungavidya, the devotee who sent the backdrops. And also about how Seva is appreciated around the world. Now living here, basically in the ashram, but technically next door, because they purchased the house next door, is Chinmoy Devaru and Doyamoy. Chinmoy Devaru and Doyamoy Devidasi. And Chinmoy, he steadily is making the subtitles for videos of Srila Gurudev and videos of Srila Guru Maharaj. And when we were in Brazil, also there, Trivikram Maharaj, he's watching that on an daily or frequent basis, and again with the devotees. And I was very happy to see that he brings the devotees and they watch on the screen so that they get to see and hear, and they're helped with what they're saying with the subtitles. And so also we see Chinmoy Devaru is here, but his seva that he's doing is quietly he's doing and unassuming, very humbly doing. But around the world, the devotees getting nourishment, and those videos there for everyone to see and helpful for the devotees. And if you can watch in association, it is very good, because you can start and stop, ask questions, and if not start and stop, like watch through, then can discuss and reflect on what's being said amongst the devotees with each other. And it is different to read with others, to watch the videos with others. It is all different and all part of the nourishment to keep our consciousness in the right place. And it's all about consciousness, as we mentioned. So savor. We must all try to do something, and we don't know where that goes, what is the future or anything. The result is not up to us, but we'll try to keep some savor connection with the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. And Paramananda Prabhu joined us also. Paramananda Prabhu, missing your association. Paramananda Prabhu is a busy devotee, looking after many things. And Jagamohini Devi Rasi, obeisances. Wonderful to know we are in such good company around the world. And we know there are some devotees who prefer to watch the recorded version. But we know you're there. So we give our appreciation to you also. Paramananda Prabhu, a request if you'd like to join. I'm not sure, because I didn't notice when you joined in with us. I'm not sure how much you were with us, but from what you've heard, please, if you would like to add something, some comment, and dear devotees, please know that Paramananda Prabhu was closely with Gurudev. Gurudev spoke confidentially with him and interacted with Paramananda Prabhu confidentially for quite some time, and in the great time of need and time where service to Gurudev was of a very important necessity. According to necessities, service is required. And Paramananda Prabhu rendered service, and Gurudev very gracious and open to him, so he can share with us the personal things about Gurudev and his nature. Prabhu, humbly asking.
Maharaj, it was the service I have failed.
Hare Krishna. Do you want me to comment on that?
No, I don't want you to comment anything actually on that. But I have just joined 15 minutes ago, so I did miss a big chunk of the meeting.
No problem.
Nice to see a fellow Salt Laker. We consider ourselves to be the members of the Salt Lake family, naturally. And we have another one here, Ram Sundar Das Brahmachari. You know him, right, Eli?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here serving nicely. He is now the official, well, I can call him a President Sevite of Chintamani Dham project. We don't give just the president position. That's too much of a pratishta and sounds quite mundane, like a mundane achievement. But President Sevite is something appropriate. He's president because of the 7 necessity. And if there will be a sweeping 7 necessity, then he will be a sweeper Sevite position. Anything, all-rounder. And Ram Sundar is, by the way, all-rounder, Gurudev's favorite. We also heard that Saraswati Thakur's favorite, and I bet Guru Maharaj's favorite. The all-rounders can do anything. In fact, we hear from our guardians, in particular from Sanatana Goswami, that in Galoka Vrindavan, the highest realm of the spiritual world, everyone is all-rounder. And that is disclosed in the conversation of one fortunate soul called Sarup with Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj is saying, whatever is necessary, we're doing happily. Anything and everything for him. So that is the mood. And that's why I think Srila Govinda Maharaj really liked that kind of mood, because it reflected the mood of Galoka Vrindavan. Because everyone is like that. You ask a mango tree to give a fruit, it's not going to give you a mango only because it's a mango tree. It can give you a banana, a passion fruit, a pineapple, or watermelon, melon, whatever, really. Every tree is a desired tree, even though it may take a form of a mango tree or a banana tree. Banana tree can give you a mango. That kind of situation there. And I was talking to Rai a while ago. And then I said that Mahaprabhu, he established so many different embassies or consulates around the world. So temple is like the embassy or a consulate where you go. And also, together with that, he established warehouses for distribution. So each place like that will have a big warehouse, a storehouse filled with gems. And that's what his main engagement. They're doing distribution of that. And I was reading Prabhupada Jivanamritam this morning, and this beautiful verse came. I can read you that. Much better than hear things from me. And the verse, by the sound of it, in my version here, I'm not, by some reason, I don't see who was there. But by the sound of it, it's Prabodhananda Saraswati, I have to say, most likely, from Chaitanya Chandramrita. Oh yes, it is confirmed, yes, Chaitanya Chandramrita number 93. Samsara Sindhu Tarane Hridayam Yadishyat Sankirtanamrita Rase Ramate Manaschit Primambudho Viharane Yadi Chitta Vrittis Chaitanya Chandra Charane Sharanam Payatu. The souls surrendered unto the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Dev, bathed in the ocean of divine love. That's Guru Maharaj who's presenting the meaning of the verse. If you have a desire to cross the ocean of material existence, an aspiration to taste the ecstasy of the nectarian congregational chanting of the holy names, and longing to sport in the ocean of divine love, then please surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Chandra. And that, how those embassies and storehouses functioning. This is the main message we're supposed to give to people in this age. And nice to see that Salt Lake is generating so many old souls, but in the young bodies. Means more capable and more able for seva. Maharaj is a different case. When he was, 20, when he's 60, or he'll be 70, it's pretty much the same amount of energy. Really, I didn't see it diminished in any way. I remember him in Navadvip, he was like that. Now he's probably more actually, he's more now. I don't know where he's getting his energy, but my energy is getting lower and lower by the day. But nice to see that there are new souls getting attracted and ready to serve and ready to help. Because Srila Govinda Maharaj used to say that I'm seeing all these young souls coming to me. They're coming to me to help me to serve Guru Maharaj better. And I'm thinking, Gurudev, my Guru Maharaj is sending to me because my capacity is getting lower, but he is very merciful. He is sending me all these young souls so that they can help me and assist me in that seva. It is his grace, it is his mercy. That was Gurudev's vision. Everything comes to him, Guru Maharaj. Must be from Guru Maharaj and must be for his seva. That's a wonderful example to behold for us forever. Maharaj, that's all I can say.
And Eli is fortunate to have your Vaishnava glance and also Gangalila Devidasi. She put a little note in the chat box saying, I am so happy to see Eli by your side. We had such lovely conversations at the Govinda Mela. So when we can get the gracious glance of the good Vaishnavas, then that is a good fortune. So Eli, you're becoming wealthy with the glance of the Vaishnavas, the grace of the Vaishnavas. Jai.
And Maharaj, I would like to share.
Oh, look at this. Divya Shakti
Yay.
Shileka and Krishna Mohini, Braja Mohini, Devidasi, and
Bhakti Lalita Devidasi.
oh, Bhakti Lalita. My goodness, only her head. What happened to her body?
She's leaning on Divya's shoulder.
Looks like someone's photoshopped her head in. Okay, Bhakti Lalita. Yeah, there we are. And in Brazil, I met a young daughter, I don't know, maybe 15 years old, and Brindavaneshwari's daughter. And she reminded me very much of Shyama Mohini, Braja Mohini's daughter. And I told her, I said, oh, you remind me of her. And then I told her about Shyama Mohini, her nature, her devotional nature. And we have hope that the young ones there too, like the youth, that they will also recognize this Krishna consciousness and tell their school friends, college friends, and bring them to a worthwhile life rather than the competition life that we're conditioned to in the material world. Yes, there's a sweet Salt Lake City.
And here she is. Bhakti Lalita sitting, listening to the reading of Shileka Didi.
Bhakti Lalita with her body.
Bhakti Lalita here?
Yes, with her body, I've said.
Yeah, with her body, yes.
And Shileka
Shama
sitting on
Mohini.
a plank. And this is Shyama Mohini, yes.
Yes.
Jai.
She was also at Sri Govinda Mela.
Jai, very nice. All right, dear devotees, and this week, Jivana, we didn't invite Jivana to say anything. So Jivana, we'll make a note that on Saturday, your Saturday, our Sunday,
You're the first.
have something ready to share with us, Jivana, because you are a reservoir of pastimes of Gurudev, of Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada, and of so many devotees. You've seen so many devotees, been with them, served them. So this is our humble request for next time. And to our exalted gathering on the Facebook, as well as here on Zoom, to all of you, our appreciation. And Alexia, I hope you could understand something what we're talking about in Krishna consciousness. And do read, search for Sri Krishna and make your life successful. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj.
And we live.
Maharaj, there is a message about Eli from Madhu Krishna. He says, I feel inspired to see younger ones like Eli coming forward to be seen and heard.
Okay, very good. So let us hear more from him. He'll be still with us on Saturday. So let us ask him to be forearmed in a strange English word. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Hare Krishna. And for those who are not native English speakers, forearmed, it doesn't mean having four arms like Vishnu and the residents in some places in Vaikuntha. But forearmed means prepared. F-O-R-E. All right, dear Vaishnavas, dear devotees, time to continue our day, for you to continue your day, your night, your evening, those of you, at least in Brazil, time to go to bed. And actually in Florida, time to go to bed also.
Oh, Maharaj, and who is with Priyanana?
Dandavati, Anandaliwa, Devidasi, Lakta.
In the library book room in Lakta temple.
No, it's a reception, Maharaj.
Oh, it's a reception. Oh, yes, reception. But they also upstairs is a similar looking room with books and things in. And this is the reception. And she's wearing the uniform of a cook. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the
And there is
reception just
some
near
other
the
devotees. Saragrahi Prabhu.
Dandavat Prabhu, happy to
Dandavat.
drop into St. Petersburg, beautiful temple today and meet you.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Like this.
Like this. Добрый день, Hare Krishna.
Добрый день. Says добрый день.
Доброе утро у нас. Доброе утро. Махарадж, доброе утро.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning and Dandavat. Good morning and
Good morning, Dandavat.
All right, dear devotees, Jai Shila Gurudev Om Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shila Guru Maharaj Om Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Rokhok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Guru Vaga Ki Jai. Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Brinda, all the present day Acharyas Ki Jai. And to the whole Rupa Nuga Sampradaya Ki Jai. So dear devotees, all the present, the gathered devotees here who are live with us in different places, Ki Jai, and to all the devotees who will be listening presently, our appreciation jais to you, and to Ananta Koti Vaishnava and unlimited millions of devotees. Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari
Hari Hari.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha Krita Sindhubhya Evacha Atitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And to all
Srila Bhakti Ranjam. Srila Bhakti Ranjam Madhusudana Maharaj Ki Jai.
And to all the devotees we have seen and heard, then we appreciate your contribution and the seeing part to association in this way. So contribution to all of you and your hearing, everyone is hearing. You all, our appreciation. Dandavat, Dandavat. Have a successful few days in Seva and look forward to meeting you soon on the Zoom. Hare Krishna. Ami, Amra, Ashchi. Amra, we. Ashchi.
Pranams, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Hare Krishna. Dandava pranams. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.